Life in the West is good, especially for women. There's no better place to be a woman in 2017 than right here in North America, or maybe parts of Europe or Australia. Both the United States and Canada routinely rank at or near the top positions when it comes to the best places in the world to be a woman. Girls and women have endless opportunities here, and we have the same long-held rights and freedoms and protections as men. If anything, women and girls are more protected and have more opportunity today than men. Women in the West are lucky. We're privileged compared to other women in other parts of the world who still struggle to obtain basic freedoms and liberties. But in the West, the privileges that women enjoy, they must also extend to all women, especially and including newcomers. Several new recent news stories have highlighted the fact that cultural violence is being imported into North America alongside immigration. I'm particularly talking about the barbaric cultural practice of female genital mutilation, or FGM. In Michigan, the first federal FGM case in U.S. history is currently making its way through the courts. 4 people have been charged in relation to a Detroit area medical clinic after multiple minor girls in Michigan told authorities that they had had their genitals mutilated at the clinic. The federal complaint claims that members of the Dawoodi Bohra community, which is a religious sect that's part of Islam, are, quote, known to practice FGM on young girls as part of their religious and cultural practice, unquote. Well, the defendants of this case claim to be innocent, and their attorney has said that the individuals were just performing a religious procedure and that they did not violate the law. Look, we in the West enjoy vast freedoms, and that includes freedom of religion. But your religious freedom ends where my liberty begins. So no, you cannot use a razor blade to mutilate a child's genitals and then claim to be protected under the banner of religious freedom. It just doesn't work that way. And let's just be clear about what we're talking about. There are 3 main types of FGM that are practiced. The most mild version involves cutting out the skin around the clitoris, as well as the partial or total removal of the clitoris itself. That's the mild form. The more severe type of FGM removes the labia as well, essentially scraping off the major externally visible portions of a woman's vagina. Look, it's uncomfortable to talk about, yes, but the fact that this horrific and barbaric practice is being carried out in America should make us even more uncomfortable. Since 1990, the estimated number of girls and women who have been subjected to this horrific practice has tripled. In an unpublished draft of a CDC report, which is the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, well, they found that 513,000 girls and women living in the U.S. today have experienced FGM. The United Nations estimates this procedure is practiced today in 30 countries, and that it has been carried out on 200 million girls worldwide. This is a real problem, led by a violent and deeply misogynistic force that seeks to suppress young women and deny them of the ability to ever enjoy sex. So where are the real feminists on this issue? Well, not surprisingly, most of today's mainstream feminists avoid this issue. Most groups claiming to advocate on behalf of women, well, they don't even mention FGM on their websites. I couldn't find a word about it on the Miss Foundation, the Women's March, or even the Women's March Global. True feminists, and I'm not talking about today's neo-Marxist, identity politics crazed feminists. I'm talking about real feminists who care about the rights and the protection of girls and women. They should take a stand against FGM. We should all stand up for women, especially those suppressed by barbaric practices and carried out by men in their own community. For the Rebel Media, I'm Candace Malcolm.